On September 11, 2001, nearly 3,000 innocent Americans were intentionally murdered. Over 1,000 soldiers have died and thousands more have been maimed or wounded. We dedicate this video to their memory and to the capture, trial, and punishment of those responsible. Please join us in a prayer or moment of silence in tribute to them. In its final report, the 9/11 Commission ignored the following significant facts and questions that conflict with that report's conclusions. Why did a third skyscraper at the World Trade Center that was not hit inexplicably collapse? Building 7 at the World Trade Center was never hit by an airplane and had no significant fire. It was 47 stories high. It was constructed of steel. Yet at 5:30 p.m., it fell perfectly straight down into a small pile of rubble, just like a controlled demolition. Why did the Federal Emergency Management Agency lament that the specifics of the fires in World Trade Center 7 and how they caused the building to collapse remain unknown? Larry Silverstein, the leaseholder of Building 7, who collected insurance of $7 billion, is on tape saying he ordered the New York Fire Department to pull it, to destroy the building with explosives. In October of 2001, Scientific American told us that they just don't build them as tough as the World Trade Center. Considering that Meridian Plaza in Philadelphia burned fiercely for 19 hours yet never collapsed, how could the South Tower at the World Trade Center fall after burning less than 1 hour? How could the North Tower fall after burning only for 2? How could the jet fuel have caused the collapse when the Federal Emergency Management and other government agencies have stated that most of the jet fuel was gone in the initial fireball? Moreover, how could the fires have caused the collapse at all, since recent fire tests by Cardington found that a steel building survived fires in experiments with extreme temperatures beyond the range possible with jet fuel? Since the black smoke coming from the buildings means that the fire was oxygen-starved and could not have reached its maximum temperature of 1,800 degrees Fahrenheit, and steel melts at a much higher temperature of 2,500 degrees Fahrenheit, nearly 700 degrees hotter than the maximum temperature of the fire, how could cleanup crews have found melted steel in the basements? How could, days later, NASA satellite images show hot spots in the buildings that still exceeded the maximum temperatures possible? Explosives like C4, however, create temperatures of 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit, which easily melt steel. Why did Fire Engineering magazine tell us that no steel building has ever been destroyed by fire, that the World Trade Center investigation was a half-baked farce? Why was all of the important evidence illegally destroyed, some before the investigation began? Why was $40 million spent to investigate Clinton's sex life while only $600,000 was spent on investigating the World Trade Center fires and subsequent collapse? Why did the entire 9/11 Commission spend only $15 million while expenditures on Clinton's lies exceeded $65 million? How could the airliner's impact have caused the collapse when wind gusts from storms had at times been greater than the impact of the airliners? Neither tower was bent, nor did they creak or groan at any time. Firefighters said they seemed sound and reported that there were no fires they couldn't control. How could the building collapse at the maximum speed of gravity? Each floor hit should have slowed the fall. Just as if you drop a steel ball from the roof, it would fall faster without resistance. This couldn't have happened without explosives placed inside the structure. How could the concrete encased in a steel-framed pan with 2 layers of carpet over it, riveted inside columns of steel beams, welded together in a network with steel bands, be pulverized? How could steel beams and clouds of finely pulverized concrete come shooting out of the buildings at hundreds of miles an hour, traveling all the way to New Jersey? This is only possible with explosives. The buildings fell rapidly, according to the 9/11 Commission, because the bolts, rivets, and steel framework were weakened by the fire. If so, Then how could the concrete be pulverized and ejected at high speed, since the force to do that is greater than the force needed to shear the weakened steel, bolts, and rivets? How could the Twin Towers fall straight down when the damage and resulting fires were only to one corner, two sides? Only the tops of the Twin Towers should have fallen, and they should have fallen over, not straight down. In fact, the top of one tower did fall over onto Building 4, so there was no building weight to crush the floors below. So what caused the collapse of those floors? How could a hijacker find and hit the Pentagon whose flight instructor said, "I'm still to this day amazed that he could have flown into the Pentagon. He could not fly at all"? How could a pilot this bad have the flight controllers comment, "The steep turn was so smooth, it's clear there was no fight for control going on"? The complex maneuver suggests the hijackers had better flying skills than many investigators first believed. Why did NORAD fail to stop the attackers 4 times on September 11, 2001? 3 times after they knew the planes were hijacked and intent on mass murder. How could this happen when NORAD had successfully intercepted off-course and suspected hijackings 67 times during the year prior to 9/11, according to the Associated Press on August 13, 2002? Why did Condoleezza Rice lie that the U.S. had no idea that terrorists would use hijacked airliners when Richard Cheney was commanding war games on 9/11, chasing phantom hijacked aircraft? Why were our Air Force planes diverted from intercepting the real hijacked airplanes? Isn't it too much of a coincidence that the 4 hijacked aircraft had only 20% of their seats filled, while all other transcontinental flights that day had 70 to 90% of their seats occupied? Why did the New York Times not publish the results of a Zogby poll, which showed that 66% of New Yorkers want the 9/11 investigation reopened? This poll also found that 49% thought that VIPs in the government knew ahead of time and let it happen. Thus, the final report does or will not answer many important questions and has many inaccuracies.
And there we are. Good evening. Right, I can hear me saying, all right, I'll just get rid of that. I'll mute it. There you go. Good evening. I hope you're okay. It's welcome to the Jason Holmes show with his. Look at my jumper's got shit on it, man. Oh, bollocks. I've had a kebab. I know, a fucking dirty kebab, but I just couldn't help it. Since I've just like packed fucking booze in, I'm just eating like mad. Good evening to everybody who's in the chat room. Thomas Tierney, Donna Caddy, good evening to you. Evening to Health Freedom UK, Jason at the disco, yeah. Oh, have you seen that advert where he's dancing in toilet like he's a DJ and there's these lights and things? It's really good. Oh, bollocks. There we go. Whatever. Whatevs. Why have I got that there? Evening, Spanish Chicken and Nubian. Good evening to you as well. I thought I'd play that at the beginning. Now, I've been looking through my old hard drive. I've told you about this, haven't I? Because I've been collecting 9/11 videos for years. I fucked it up, I know, with that. Fucking makes my face look like I'm a fucking alien, I mean. I'm gonna say, fucking... Yeah, that'll do. I thought I'd play that because what I did with it is I tried to email it to myself so that I could play it on here. So I've got to play it on the old computer that I've got next door and use it as Orin production. But yeah, it wasn't. It wouldn't allow me. Can you believe that? It wouldn't allow me to send a video from one of my email addresses to another, from one computer to another. And I know it's easy enough to get look, this hard drive I've put in, and I daren't touch it apart from turning it on and off. It's that old. It actually came apart in my hand once when I was using it at work, when I was disco, when it was disco dancing time. He's the greatest dancer. Da-da-da-da. He's the greatest dancer. Da-da-da-da. Yeah, so I've got it won't let me do it. And when I try to upload it to YouTube on another YouTube account, it went, no, you can fuck off with that. You're not having that fucker up here. You're gonna fucking what do you think you're doing? It was like I'd walked into a fucking pub with no fucking mask on. What do you think you're doing? You're not uploading that. People aren't allowed to see that. That's from 2006 anyway. It was made in January 2006. I think. Yes, it was. Yeah, it was. I got it in 2007, but it was made in 2006. So there's a few on there. I've uploaded a few with like Israeli connections and all that. Yeah, computer says fucking no. I emailed it. I got email. It just wouldn't let me download attachment. It just would not. It were fucking cunt. It were being a cunt. So I just thought, well, bollocks to it. Bandit Busters ask a question. Where are the guys who actually on Flight 93, dead as described, murdered off-site, given new lives, etc.? Question marks after each one. Each one of them is possible. And while we're talking about 9/11, I weren't really going to talk about 9/11 very much because there's that much going on tonight. I weren't going to really talk. Fucking hell's that? My wife's snoring already. Yeah. There was so much else going on. I weren't going to do that. And then I realised I could just get it from that computer and pop it on here. So this will probably get a copyright or some sort of, you can't. In fact, it said it breached guidelines, breached policies. Shanksville was the only plane that was swallowed up by the earth with no wreckage. That's true. Somebody did say, well, I think one of the fire investigators said it just looked like somebody had got a load of junk and just chucked it in a hole. It didn't look like a plane at all. Flight 93 weren't shot down. Flight 93 ended up in Cleveland, Uni, to save 9/11 from being exposed. I don't think that worked then, did it? Because it's been exposed. We're 20 years on and everybody knows. See if I can just do something with it. I need some fucking proper lighting in here. Because if I get too close, look, I get all. I need my makeup doing as well. Yeah. To do your makeup, I've been on, I went on Golden Bones, that thing with Jasper Carrot. And then when they take you in for fucking, and I went up Weakest Link as well. And when they take you in, they put makeup all over your face. It's like madness. You don't look at anything like it. Get the makeup, yeah. I should do, shouldn't I? Makeup girl. No. She said no. Makeup girl says no. Jason, have you heard of Philip Marshall on 9/11? No, I've not. I might have done in the past. I've not heard of him. Philip Marshall. I'll make a note of that in my file of facts. What's his name? Philip Marshall. Fuck off. He's really a fucking It's just a book, really. A notebook. See? We all my note is in it. You can't really see because of light. But anyway, it's a notebook. Ooh, bound. Bound. I was watching TV earlier. Plasma. Philip Marshall. What is he? Is he I'm assuming it's somebody knows. I've got a fucking file of Spanish chicken. Yeah. By the way, why did you cross the road? Why did the Spanish chicken cross the road? Has anybody got any ideas for that? We could stick that in. Did they use similar technology on 9/11 flights as they used on the Malaysia Airlines shenanigans? Again, cheers, Kingo, to get to the other side, or to get to the other side. I'm sorry, any Spanish people here. There was flights, was there? Lol. There was flights, was there? Lol. It depends on who you listen to. I mean, nobody knows, do they? Everybody's speculating. Everybody's speculating. I told you the story about when I went to meet David Shaler, and a couple of fucking days later, he's on Sky News talking about no plane theory. Just after I told him, give him a message, which I can't fucking remember, but I remember his response. He says, "Tell Killtown I'm a no-planer too," so God knows what's going on there. Yeah. Not one, ResiTuber says, one, not enough debris on ground. Two, Manhattan not flooded. Three, no seismic events recorded. There were seismic events recorded. There was seismic. There was seismic data. It was recorded because there was an explosion before it recorded an explosion before the collapse. I can't remember where it was. Somebody's going to tell me. It's in Loose Change. I remember when we were we're doing Loose Change. I remember that part of it. Yeah, I can't remember where it were. Isn't it weird how very suddenly stopped caring about the Illuminati at the same time? Everybody suddenly stopped caring about the Illuminati at the same time. Don't get that. No seismic events recorded. Well, there was some seismic. It wasn't actually in Manhattan, but it was recorded somewhere else. Here we go. We can row all me. I'm all right. I've got my dandelion and burdock, and I'm trying to make a fucking joint. I had 7 minutes while that thing were on. What we're saying? Yeah. What about the gold in the basement? Was it stolen? Is it traceable? Well, gold's not traceable, is it? You can melt it. It was recorded on the other side of Hudson River, PSL. Or was it? Can't believe seismic reports. Can't believe Volt then, can we? Let's not believe Volt. I mean, we'll believe what it's confirmation bias. We have it. Everybody has it. You know, government won't do out to us. Confirmation bias. No dandelion and burdock. And a spliff. Thank you, Jerry, son of Mig. Evening, Dottie. Oh yeah, Tony. Evening. Webby as well. Fucking hell, I meant to send you a link. Let me know if you want to come on. I'll send you a link. I'll put a link in thing. I've just been because I've just been messaging with Dave Von Kleist. So see if we can get him on again. Talk about the 20th anniversary. He's been about. I tell you who's turned up a lot. Who seems to have reared his head again is oh God. You know what I mean? Fucking last man out. Fuck William Rodriguez. He's everywhere. He's fucking everywhere, and that cunt, I'm telling you, he's not playing. He's not playing fair. Let's just say that. He turns up every so many years. He's just turned up on my timeline. He's been fucking everywhere. Obviously, everyone gets all these interviews and stuff. But you know, when I went on phone to him, when he were in England, and not long after he'd got me fucking out somehow from a police cell, and met me. Then I had a phone conversation with him later on, which lasted a couple of hours. And he was fucking telling me to fucking lie and do all sorts. He was telling me he was telling me to do also, do whatever. We need to get. What you've got to remember is, at that time, an actor, yeah. What you've got to remember, at that time, it was forums. Forums were the places. There were no social media. Social media had not reared its ugly head. So we had forums, which were a type of social media, but it depended on who was running the forum as to how it was moderated and stuff. And when you got on a good one, it was all right. Everyone were passing information on. There were British ones, there were American ones, doing different kinds of research, and they were quite a community. Well, in August 2001, the James Randi Educational Foundation, which is one of them fucking skeptics, although they're skeptic and nothing, they fucking believe whatever government or whatever. So if some cunt fucking walked past them and said, I need to fill your arse, they'd do it because they think it's government and they'd fucking do it. That's what sort of anyway, so this JREF forum came up. So every time somebody came up with some new evidence or some new video angle or some new thing, they would try to debunk it, because the skeptics, they're not really skeptics. They believe everything they're fucking told, as long as it's told to them by authority. So they had their forum and we had ours, and it were like it was battling. I mean, it's gone now. What you've got to remember is James Randi, the guy who fucking, the magician who said that he had the $1 million challenge. So if anybody could come and do something paranormal in front of him, they'd win £1 million. They get the $1 million, the $1 million challenge, which I think is ended now. I fucking hope the evil old cunt's fucking dead. And I'm sorry, but that's just it just is. There's no other word you can. You got all these little minion fucking internet sleuths, and then got them all to harass and laugh, and they had these things where they'd laugh at these different theories and things, whereas people are, and they were wankers. So anyway, we were fighting with them really on keyboards. And when I come home from work, I'd be on there until I went to bed. Bear in mind, I didn't get on well about 4 o'clock in the morning. The 80s seem less confusing, yeah. exactly. Yeah, but it's what were I saying? Yeah, so there's this thing going on between us. Anyway, so he's talking about, oh, you need to get on the James Randi forum and get them, and do not, keep at them and do this and do that, and they are going to say this, and we can use that against them. We can use that and all this sort of shit. And I'm in a bit of a fucking blur, really. I got this bloke who'd been in basement at World Trade Center and claimed to be last man out. Don't know whether he were. I'm pretty sure there's stories of people getting out after the collapse had finished. After the collapse had ended, and they were a big high fucking load of steel and shit. So I don't think he was last man out. But what I found out about him is he used to be James Randi's fucking magician's assistant. Did you know that? Did you know that? Well, there you go. William Rodriguez, the last man out, was the guy who was, let's face it, it was put there. The forum was put there because they knew forums were powerful and people would see discrepancies, or people that listen to Alex Jones for a start. They then start hearing, 9/11 were an inside job. Although if you listen to his show that was on 9/11, it's like fucking, he's all, we need to go fucking, we need to turn these countries into car parks and looking glass and all that sort of things. So you had the man with the keys. He had the key. He's still got it. It's the little fucking card thing. He's still got it. He's still got it. He still bandies it about. He still calls himself last man out. God. And I've got nowhere near me fucking Philip Marshall. I'll write down 9/11. Because then I'll know what it's about. Research. Okay. Yeah, so it's been a week where there's obviously, and understandably, there's been lots of programs on TV about 9/11, which I've not watched any, because they fucking do me head in. Even the ones with the survivors, they do me head in, because it makes it fucking breaks me out that they don't know that that they were victims. Anyway, I don't fucking watch them. The ones that are, you see, there's two types of 9/11 films. There's ones that will make you sad, and there's ones that will make you angry. You need to be watching the ones that are going to make you fucking angry. Whether you're angry with the fucking person that's made the video, I've got scissors now, could be considered an offensive weapon. He tried to stab his entire audience with a pair of scissors. How mad is this bloke? How angry is he? Fucking hell, he's livid over 9/11. Yeah. You need to listen to watch. I'm telling you, respect to those that died. Yeah, I don't mind that. But they tell us to remember. I don't know anybody who were killed on 9/11, so I can't remember, can I? So I'm being forced into some emotional state because of something that happened that was nothing at all to do with me. I didn't do it. I weren't part of a plan that did it, and I had there were nobody. It didn't affect me. Not that doesn't mean that I don't feel for the people that were affected. Of course I do. Of Of course I feel for the people that were affected. But I'm not going to sit down, take my day out, and fucking remember people I didn't even know. You know, there's people, this is embedding fucking trauma into our fucking kids' heads. There have been children all over the fucking place who were told that they've got to do this and they've got to do that. It just, yeah, remember 9/11, remember PTSD. I know this, listen, I know there are people that were affected by it. I know there are people that are still affected by it, particularly the first responders. And this is the reason why we need people to watch the 9/11 films that are going to get them angry, not the ones that are going to get them sad, because you're being sad on behalf of somebody else. Anyway, it's yeah, 9/11 was a global PTSD event on us all. It was. Effect, then, whatever. PTSD effect on us all. Yeah, it did. It did. But it was 20 years ago, right? And I remember it. I remember what I was doing. I remember the day. I remember coming home. I can remember looking and thinking, my God, I didn't even know them fucking towers were there. I didn't know what they were. I had no idea. World Trade Center. I'd never been to New York. So I didn't know. All I know is because I was hearing it on radio in my van, and they're just saying World Trade Center, and now they've collapsed. And then they're talking about how these buildings are like 100 stories, and I'm thinking, fucking hell. And then I got home and I saw all the pictures. Again, in the papers, a couple of weeks, I think it was about a week afterwards, they said that they weren't going to be showing on TV anymore. They weren't going to be showing the attacks on TV anymore. I'm fucking sick of that, making me look like I'm a fucking virgin. That's better. It's done it, hasn't it? Look. Hang on, my head's a bit. Just give me a second. I'll make this thing. How the fuck has that happened? What about that one? Drawing. Bit Christmassy. Ooh, don't snowballs make you feel Christmassy. That one. That one, we'll go for that one. There we go. Yeah, so I have missing now, Jace. Shit all, mate. New York, yeah. Look, AD's favourite city. AD loves it. He used to go there all the time. So some people like it, some people don't. I mean, knowing AD, he'll have got in a fucking right posh hotel and he'll have fucking wanted, you know what I mean? He won't have wanted throat. He's always been like that, AD. So, and hopefully still is. I ain't heard from him. I ain't heard for Leeds anyway, either. Nelson's column is on my dome. Well, it look like I've got an aerial on my head. An aerial. Too early for Christmas, yeah. I don't. There won't be a Christmas. There won't be one. Hey, Mickey Finn. Good evening to you, Ron Malcolm. Listen, if anyone wants to come on and give us a shout, it's there. The StreamYard link is there. Oh, I did Eunice. I went on Eunice's show as well, so have a look at for that. That were last week. Let me get fucking down. I've got like my head's disappearing. It's because I'm bald. How's that? Oh, no, that's going all over the place, isn't it? Right, we'll go for that one then. Or just none. Green screen. There you go. I'll get rid of that fucker. Fucking does me head in anyway. It's always fucking going all over the place. Let me just move this out that way. There you go. Right. Oh, let me shut my fucking. Next it, look. Homosexual, more like. 20 years of our lives have been spent in World War III. Yeah, I agree with you as well. I am having problems with the stream. Perhaps see a doctor about that. It might be something to do with prostate, Ron. Homosexual, laughing my arse off. Paddy's Day now. Ain't got the tech, but if I did, Mickey Finn. Oh, you not got the tech. You only need a phone. You only need a phone with Chrome on it or with Safari on it or anything. And high-tech production tonight. Yes, it is a high-tech production. I did put a film on earlier on just in case you missed it. I'd watch it again, whatever you do, because I think this is probably going to get a strike, this thing, and be cut off of Facebook. But I'll download it. I can download it from StreamYard now as well. So they allow me. They keep everything up to 50 gigabytes, I think. Yeah, so they store it. So if YouTube get rid of it, I've still got it stored. It is a high-tech production, yeah. You've seen me Sherlock thing in the top corner there. No. No. Yeah. This isn't as easy as it's a good job. This is not a sobriety test. What coppers do, in America, like when they make them walk. Because I can't. Oh, fuck off. Dear, that's it. Paula, good evening. I hope you're okay. It was my very poor Wi-Fi. Okay. Paddy's Day now. Homosexual, World War III. Homer Simpson. So you're calling me Homer Simpson, and somebody's calling it homosexual. Stop waxing it, Jace. My head. I can't wax it. It just hurts me. It hurts me. Bit like sticking my finger in holy water. It's not good. It's not good. Put your hand down, child, lol. I did change browser on third one. Okay. Can't see anybody here, so I can have up to 10 people on. If Webby or Paul or anybody, I've got some stuff to talk about. What have we had this week? Passports. you don't need your passport. We're not going to do it now. We've shelved it. Cheers for that, Paula. I'm not paranoid about my hair anyway, so it's my dad's fucking bald as a coot, and so has been as long as I can remember him. Apart from when he had hair. Yeah. So we've been told there's no COVID passports going to be issued, and then the next day we're told they will be part of a plan B if it's necessary. But of course, we've got to instill fear in you. What do people make of this? What do people make of this thing? Do they think that they're going to not do it? Do you think they're going to not do it? You see, I think it's rather like the ID cards. Remember the ID cards that Tony Blair was desperate to introduce in the 90s, and they were going to have all your biometric information on it. We're going to have your name, penis size, number of pubes, where you lived before. We were going to have all your health information on it. It was just going to be essentially a thingy, an ID card. And civil liberties groups just slung it out at water, just got rid of it. It just were unviable. Nobody were going to use it. It were just unviable. And that was, that was back in 90s. I think it was 90s or early 2000s. But, this ID card thing, seems to me that this vaccine passport thing is exactly the same. It's just the same. Well, you don't do. There's nothing different about this. The huge backlash, particularly on something that Andrew Johnson shared. Andrew Johnson shared this with it were a Fox TV network, a regional one, and it put on Facebook. Have you had anybody in your fanny? Has anyone in your family died of COVID who's not been vaccinated? We'd like your stories and all this. And it had, I think it had 23,000 replies last time I looked, and the vast majority were saying no. But my granddad had COVID. Well, one particular one said my granddad had COVID. But he's unvaccinated, and after a couple of days he was okay, unlike his brother who was vaccinated and died 2 days later. So there's a lot of people. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Milky Chin Chin Fin, Fanny. No, but I've nearly died in a fanny. Well, that's one for a. Come on and tell us how you nearly died in a fanny wells, Dave. Pet COVID is next. Vax your pets. Yeah, they're not getting any no vaccinations at all. Pet-wise, COVID variety. No chance. Not my dog. My dog's fucking rock hard. He's laid up bed with his mummy now. That's how rock hard he is. ID cards were a scam because they're already making smartphones do it all behind the scenes. Yeah, that's a good point there, Sean. A very good point. But until you get your smartphone out, until you get your smartphone out, and I know the tracking. Oh, the track and trace. Did you see that Australian thing? Where they've got this track and trace app. which people are putting on their phones. So if you're in Australia and then you're not in Australia and then you go back to Australia, what happens is you've got an app on your phone that you have to download. Now, this, because it's costing them money, putting people in hotels, and this app has cost a load of money to develop as well. What they want to do is they want to be able to let people self-isolate at home. So they've got the GPS, they know where the person is. They've just got back into the country, so they're supposed to be self-isolating for whatever, 10 days, 14 days, I don't know what it is. And if they go out, then, you know, they're going to be, the police are going to be coming to them and taking them back home, I would imagine, or nicking them, taking them to a cell so that they can all get COVID off them. Yeah, so then they can take you back home. Now, what this app does, so that you don't leave your phone at home, it rings you every now and again. Not every night, but it will ring you every now and again. And if you're out, it'll continue to ring you. It'll send you text messages asking where you are. And then if there's still no response, they'll send somebody round to your house. Now, that is complete fucking, it's prison. They've turned it into a prison. It was full of convicts. Yeah, fines, lots of fines. Yeah, they're fining people right, left and centre. So it's just getting out of control, particularly in Australia. I got in touch with Rob Halford, who is in Australia. Yeah, you have 15 minutes to ring back when they check on you. So there you go. Jerry, son of me, he's obviously seen the same thing as I've seen. Only if you have a smartphone, stay dumb. But if you haven't got a smartphone, you can't come back in. They won't let you back in. I'm assuming, or they'll make you stop in isolation until you get one, or you'll do your 14 days at their expense, at your own expense. For yeah, it's all about having a smartphone. But if you haven't got one, then what they're going to do is they're going to keep you in quarantine at your expense for 2 weeks. So it's, you know, that's $2,000. They said $2,000 or something, $1,000 a week. So who can afford that? So it's taking people, it's forcing people into having smartphones, having these apps on, if you want some sort of freedom. Now, anyone looked into the world passport? Don't know. It's passport. Your passport. That's what I thought, anyway. And anyway, so it is a penal colony now again. It began as a British penal colony, and it's going to end up a British penal colony. We'll all start. Anybody who's fucking keeps doing all vaccine rules and that, they'll end up getting sent to Australia. Fucking hell, that'd be great, wouldn't it? Apart from you'd have to be in your house all the time, in your cell. I've got a 3-bedroom cell. Hey, Ron's here, but his devices have not connected yet. Let me remove these. Kick from studio. There you go. Just got Ron. Just waiting for his devices to connect. It's probably my end because this fucking laptop is slow as fuck and keeps making whizzing noises like it's fucking hot as bollocks. So I can't add Ron yet. Happy 100 years of communism, guys and girls. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We'll all end up reliant of a prison. They pent us all within. They pen us all within, I think. If people comply with this shit. Can you remember that fucking that spy spoof film years ago? Johnny English, I think. Rowan Atkinson played Johnny English. Remember that? And there was this mad French bloke who were going to turn Britain into a massive prison. Remember that? Told you. They're going to say Rowan Atkinson's. I mean, Rowan Atkinson's quite outspoken about this sort of stuff. So it's not on him, but we're going to turn England into a penal colony. Only it were a French guy that were going to do it. I can't remember the name of the French guy. No, it's other thing I was going to show. Where are we? I found this. If you're into your 5G, I don't know if you've seen this, but it's it sort of makes. I don't know how accurate it is. I don't know who's behind this, but it looks half decent. It makes sense. Well, fuck off. Somebody. Oh. Anyway, it's sort of. I don't know if the Cult of Mac. Anybody heard of that? cultofmac.com. Oh, there you go. He'll go in a minute. He'll come on in a minute. Hang on. It's my end. It's fucking terrible, this StreamYard. It is, honestly. We'll try to update it. Good evening, Ron. How are you?
It could be better.
Can't hear you. Can everyone else hear him? Because I can't. No? I can't hear you, mate. I can't hear you. I've got my volume up this week. So they can... Oh, there you go. It takes ages for sound to come through. I can hear you now. Oh, for fuck's sake. I could hear him. I told you this is bollocks, this fucking StreamYard. It takes ages. When he comes on, you probably can hear him, but it takes ages for me to be able to hear him. And I just started to be able to hear him, and he disappeared. So anyway, let me just go on this. If anybody's... I'm going to share my screen. Share screen. Window. There we go. There we go. So look at this one. This is Cult of Mac. I don't know. I think it's something to do with Apple. But anyway, this is from 10th of September 2021. As you can see there, UK will use bus shelters, street lamps and traffic lights to expand 5G coverage. The UK could get a major 5G coverage boost from bus shelters, street lamps, CCTV poles, and traffic signals. The government is exploring novel ways to integrate 5G radio equipment in existing street furniture in an effort to make it quicker, simpler for mobile companies to expand the reach of 5G. 5G has been available in the UK for some time. Blah, 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 blah. If you want to read that, I'll let you read that. but I thought it was an interesting article, and it's sort of like it gives a bit of credence to what old Knobsack and other one saying, because they were talking about streetlights, weren't they, and all that sort of stuff. But it doesn't say anything about the effects or anything. But there's some here. Look at this. These 5G supercuts will burn the word into your brain. Okay. 5G could make Apple a $1 trillion business again. iOS and iOS 15, iPad OS 15 prioritize 5G over Wi-Fi for better connectivity. So they're getting you off Wi-Fi and onto 5G, which they'll be able to meter, and you'll be paying for it per whatever byte. There you go. So I don't know if you'd seen that before. Anybody who hadn't, we don't have any bus shelters around here. We aren't posh. Ron, are you there? Ron, good evening.
Can you hear me?
I certainly can.
Volume is really low.
My volume?
Yeah. Hang on, let me just try and fiddle around with this. I'll tell you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
I'm going to say I've got the sound fully up on the phone. You sound like you in Australia.
Oh no, I'm only in Sheffield, mate. Can everybody else see me okay?
If this works.
They do run, rubber necklace and petrol me thinks. I can hear myself now, Ron.
Yeah, I know. I've turned off. Can't see. I'll tell you one thing. Google is a pile of cack, isn't it?
Oh yeah, of course it is. That's the way it's designed. So
really,
you don't know what the fucking hell you're doing.
Worst of the worst. Absolutely crap. You can use it one week, it works okay. The next week you use it, it's
crap.
Rubbish.
Paula says, Ron Malcolm, you've probably got gremlins, can hear Jason loud and clear. Glad you made it online. At least you're trying virtual. Ha ha ha. Oh, fuck's sake, it's top of hour, isn't it? It's the top of the hour. As you can hear all the clocks are going off in Ron's house. For sure. What way fucking is that it? I thought you had a lot of clocks. Ron? Oh, he's gone. Ron's gone. He's disappeared. Oh, sing along, innit? Right. Anyway, so the 5G thing with the 5G thing with the lampposts, you know, they may be doing that. They may be doing that, but fucking hell, let's try this one more time. If it don't work, it don't work. One more time, Ron.
I wouldn't even give it one more time.
I can hear you, but you're very loud.
Yeah, I can just about hear you, but I can't. It's really is. crap.
Did you get them? Did you get them headphones in hospital or on a plane?
Now it's telling me to restart my phone.
Right. Well, do that then. Restart your phone.
No, I'll go back in the chat. Is anybody else on? Because I haven't got anybody else up on this. Hang on.
What's up?
I was just going back to the chat.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, just let you know.
What's up?
Let me know so I can keep talking and keep everybody.
Just going back to the chat.
This is what we're about. We're supposed to be entertaining. Yeah, and this is not very good.
Yeah, it's not good at all, is it? Anyway, I'll let somebody else come on.
All right, it's not working, Ron. We'll try it again. It's perhaps your headphones. Sometimes it is. If you buy some headphones are crap, man. So there you go. Ron's gone. Ron has gone. So we shall plow on. Try and plow on without him. Plow through all the exciting information. Do you know, I found some stuff on YouTube that I didn't know you could do. You could look at who's got using your stuff, using whether they're using part or all. And so I've found all these different channels that have been using. I fucking we can use this. I'm not bothered. I'm not bothered. Right, what are I going to talk about? Fucking yeah. Oh, this weekend! What a weekend for in sport. What about that young girl? Radanko, is it? Emma Raducanu. Thank you, Emma Raducanu. Why can I not remember her name? I watched fucking semi-final till 5 o'clock in the morning, and then final. Oh dear, you. Yeah. So, and Emma Raducanu, who won the US Open, British player, unseeded. In fact, she qualified. She's the only qualifier ever to win a Grand Slam, and just has become she's become Princess Diana overnight. So, yeah. But she bowed out of Wimbledon. Yeah, Forrest lost again. So. Fucking Ronaldo, I know what's he doing? Our old is he? What is he? 33 or something? 34. But yeah, God Almighty, what a fucking player he is! And I saw him score tonight against small boys. I was just watching it as I were. Stop laughing. As I were as I were downstairs beforehand, because it kicked off early between small boys and Manchester United. 36 he is, 36 fucking years old, and he's, he'll play. He might play till he's 50. He might. Honestly, I don't know how he does it, but apparently he's just. It's probably just. It's his regime, innit? It's the way he eats. I mean, who said that he invited him to his house for dinner, and he said dinner were you wouldn't you wouldn't have ate it really unless it were him, because it were all like vegetables and all this sort of shit. And then he said, well, let's go out and train in his garden. So he said I was knackered would come home from training. So that's what sort of dedication, that's what you need to get yourself to the top. And he is at the top. Between him and Messi, I think if I wanted one in my team, it's difficult that. Probably Ronaldo. Yeah, loved it when he pushed the shitty collar off the interview. And in the World Cup, they he were doing a news conference, and there were 2 Coke bottles, because Coke obviously wasn't sponsored at World Cup. Whether it should be or shouldn't is, another discussion. But he took the Cokes off and said, "Drink water." I swear they was here earlier on. I know some same things happen down this part of the world. They disappear. Ooh, chocolate buttons. There's a chocolate button shortage. Yeah, fuck the sponsors. And that wiped £4 billion off Coca-Cola's fucking value, because the stock market, it wiped £4 billion off Coca-Cola's value. Him doing that one thing, that's how powerful he is from all that hard work. And he seems to be a down-to-earth sort of bloke. He hit a steward with football tonight, as they were warming up. He hit one at stewards with a football, accidentally, obviously. He was thinking of doing some shooting or something. And he hit a steward, and the steward went down, as you would do when Ronaldo's booted ball at you. And they went over to see how all the stewards went over to see make sure he was okay, and Ronaldo went over to see if he were okay. So that bloke's probably going to have a fucking Bugatti Veyron outside his house tomorrow, just for getting hit on back of head for from a Ronaldo fucking warm up. That was hard work, says Ron. Somehow Bluetooth has turned itself off. Ron, did you blag Welsh Dave's chocolate button? Did you notice chocolate buttons have gone, love? No, my wife's not noticed. Have a look for them next time you're in shops, love. We'll see if they've gone from up here. Welsh Dave, I don't think he's in Wales. Are you in Wales, Welsh Dave? We'll give you a report next time. And I didn't do a After Dark last week because the night before I'd done Eunice's show, and then I'd stopped up to watch Emma Raducanu in the semi-final, and that didn't fucking... I watched first semi-final first. Oh, you are? Oh, good. Oh, right, okay. Well, Steve is in Wales. So Wales has got a chocolate button shortage. Yeah, so I watched the first semi-final first because that were on first, and then I thought, I'm going to stay up and watch it. And I don't think it started well about 3:30 in the morning. And so by 5 o'clock, it had, about 5:15 before I got to bed. And then, obviously, Danielle gets me up in the morning and dresses me. And then, so I have to be up at 7. So I'm knackered, basically. She don't dress me, really. I can dress myself sometimes. Not all the time, but she did sometimes. There was yesterday, I fancied something sweet but didn't buy. So Ron's got some. You get sent up to Ron's. His local shop has got chocolate buttons in it. Right. Well, I need a was. So what I'm gonna do? Oh, bollocks. Quick access. Yeah. Fucking hell, what no bed. No. Yeah, so I'm going to play a song. Yeah, we know sport is a control tool, but you've got, because it's a control tool, you've got to look at it to see what is going on. You know, you've got to look at it as that, what is going on. It's a big part of what's going on. Society, sport, it reflects society. So you know, we've got to look at you've got to see what's, well, if you've got to keep your eye on everything. I mean, look at all these footballers that are dropping down dead with myocarditis, or being diagnosed with myocarditis. And then after, I had a row with somebody on Facebook who were talking, they were mentioning that that they were saying that he'd not been vaccinated, Ericsson, when he dropped dead on pitch. And that's what he did. He dropped dead on pitch. They revived him, but he dropped dead on pitch. So, yeah, you've got to watch it all and see. You ain't got to watch it all, but, you know, just keep an eye on it. It's just, and if we miss something, I don't know. It's all been fucked up since Leicester won since Leicester won league. And I know we've got some listeners. Well, at least one listener who's a Leicester fan, and I've got to say I'm very, very jealous of him. I wish my club could do fucking something, but I've seen him win a trophy at Wembley, so that'll do. You know, it'll be more than when I'm on my way up or down, whichever way I'm going. I'll be, you know, I'll have a clean slate. I'll be there. You know, I've seen that. There's one thing that I wanted in my life. Well, only fucking thing that ever happened to me that I wanted in my life. But anyway, apart from my wife, she's beautiful. Beautiful. And intelligent and sophisticated. And I've just spat all over the stupid screen. Not any dong, your dong. He's a Hartford, only geezer I heard of before the jab, common as fuck now. Yeah, he's a Hartford, had a hole in his heart, didn't he? He didn't die. He didn't die on football field. In fact, I think he's still alive. Sean Locke, was he jabbed? I don't know. There you go. You could say about anybody, really, couldn't you? The BBC were drowning in sage bullshit until lunchtime. Van Damme's fear porn special. Van Tam's fear porn special. Van Tam. See, I don't get your lingo. Your young people's lingo. Put a vid on and have a piss, Jace. I'll be all right. I'll be all right. I'll get through. I've only got another 3/4 of an hour to go. Yeah, but I know he weren't jabbed, but Ray Wilkins would have been 65 today. I think he died. Well, he must have died 3 or 4 years ago. I remember I were at work, and he were on radio with Alan Brazil talking about UFOs, and because they were talking about UFOs. Honestly, this is on Talk Sport. They got a guy on, a UFO guy called Richard something or other, but I'd interviewed him. Me and Andy had interviewed him in early days, and he weren't all there, I don't think. Have a look for that. Back in old day, Richard Summer, I think Willie or something like that. But yeah, we did an interview with him. He didn't like me very much, and wouldn't respond to my to our emails anymore. After that, yeah, it's been a weird ride. It's 6 years nearly. No, it's 6 years, isn't it? Yeah, no, 5 years. 6 years in January. And it's been a really weird drive. I've listened to people, and then I've heard them on other things. The book, like mainstream, it's just bizarre. We had somebody that we were getting on who were coming in. I forget what you were talking about. I think you were talking about Dunblane. I think you were going to be talking about Dunblane. And him, and there were him and another woman who'd written a book on Dunblane. We'd had her on, and then she suggested somebody else to us, and so we booked him. And then day before, he died. So it's some weird shit's happened. And of course we've had all the ones who do the rounds, the circuits. We've had your Ian Crane, we've had your fucking Garish. It's the circuit, the Vinny fucking Eastwood. He's another one. I think that's his middle name. Yeah, we got you, Tony. Yeah, inconvenience, I tell you. R.I.P. Do you know what? We didn't mention. Tell you, rip. I wonder what some of the people that we've lost, the decent ones, Guy Taylor, I wonder what he would have made of this fucking nonsense. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? The decent ones that are no longer with us. Andy Young, what would he have made of this? What would he have made of this COVID, this lockdown, this jabs, vaccinations? We talked about it. John Harris, yeah, what would he have made of this? Probably a fortune, but John Harris, he's not really dead, He's not really dead. Shh. Between you and me, he's not really dead. He got the solution, and then he left. Check Aaron Walton, Jason. He would be an interesting guy to have on. Right, I'll write that down. I'll put that in my file of facts, Kendo. Aaron Walton. Is that spelt right, Aaron? Because it's usually double A at the beginning, isn't it? So I've got him written down now. Yeah, Guy Taylor and John Harris, and these people. I was thinking about who were the artists to control, and really, apart from the time when I had Chrissy Morrison, Hayden, whatever his name. In fact, I had Hayden on, and Chrissy Morris was supposed to come on, but then didn't listen to the show and live stream the show on his own Facebook. And we're talking, giving a commentary all the way through as me and Hayden were talking, and I found out a lot. I found out a lot about both of them. There's only one I trust. I'll not tell you which one. We were talking about yeah, the most difficult guest. The most difficult guest, apart from what I just mentioned, most difficult guests were always fucking Mickey Summers. You get Mickey Summers on and it just fucking says stuff that you just thought, oh my God, we can't, what the fuck? No, and I'd look at Andy and because back then we weren't on television in colour. But we were, we could see each other. We were on Skype, I think we used, and then we broadcast on Spreaker. And me and Andy were looking at each other, and just like sort of going, "Fucking hell, what the fucking hell, what the fucking hell." What, you can't say that. You can't say that, Mickey. Mickey, I would just stop him every 2 minutes. But just stopping him were difficult. And he went really fast and you couldn't have it. You know, that weren't a very good impression. Sorry, Mickey, wherever you are. All right, we've got it here. Oh, fuck's sake, I'm in an hotel. I have to go out for a ciggy. There is no such thing as a gun law. Only registered claimed firearms can be subject to a banning order in legal fiction. Okay. Vinny got arrested and barred from the internet. Yeah. There is no such thing as a gun law. Oh, I've got that one. No, he's not. And he was a disinfo agent. He's not been arrested. I don't know if that's Vinny they're talking about. Fuck's sake, I'm in a hotel having a ciggy. John Harris, the lawful legal PSYOP merchant, because legal and lawful both mean contractual and legalese. Aaron Walton did an interview with Chris James, a Warrior Calls. Okay, I'll check it out. Vinny Eastwood sounds like a Dago cowboy. Warrior Calls is good. Yeah, but you've got to understand in his situation, he had got the perfect opportunity to be able to. He's been doing these shows. Whether I'm not going to call anybody a disinfo agent or a this, that, and other. Cause you don't see any agents. You won't. They're not agents. They're just being manipulated into doing what they do. And oftentimes they start off with the best intentions, but then the past catches up with them. And that's all I'll say about that. Cowboy. Let's have a look what I've got on here. Oh, yeah, we've got COVID winter plan B. Yeah. Plan B. What do you reckon? Into your rapper or something. It used to be when I were a DJ. I'm not going to say when I were a lad, but it weren't here. He were an artist anyway, weren't he? Plan B. They all have their price chase. Yep, I agree with you, Dean. But what I'm saying is that they don't start out. They don't start out in intelligence services and then go into doing that. The intelligence services get to them, and just it doesn't take much. It doesn't take much money. Brokeback Mountain stage play starring Vinny Eastwood. Ace, excellent. We'd enjoy that. Yeah. Yeah. So makes you wonder what the people that have gone would have made of this, or what their take on it would have been. We could speculate all day and night who's an agent and who's not. I mean, people probably say I'm an agent because, you know, I've not been banned. You know, I haven't had me like everyone else. I mean, even Cookies had his fucking YouTube channel took away, I think, and I think I read in chat room that Cookie, I don't know what does Cookie do? What's he on now? Does he still do his Saturday? Sorry, his Monday. You can let me know. And the Lone Rider, Tony. Oh God, I had this phone call with this bloke. wait, I rang NHS up. They sent me this letter and said we wanted to have a scan, and it said scan of something. But it had the word cervical in it. It's a scan of me, you know, me neck and my shoulders and you know, round here. But it had the word cervical in it. So when I rung up the gay bloke, is there anything else in at the NHS? Who were very nice bloke, lovely bloke, and I said to him, I said, what this here? It says it's got the word cervical in it. I said, does that mean I've got a cervix now? Is that what? I've got a cervix, have I? Oh no! It refers to and he was really like a bit apologetic. Really, it didn't have to be, because I thought that I got my center cervix, which would be I mean, because boys can get cervical cancer, can't they? That's why they have the boys have the HPV vaccine jab. Don't say it. By the way, I don't know how. Thank you to Uni for inviting me on your show. He did most of the talking, to be honest. I just think he wanted someone to talk to. So there you go. I sat and we talked for an hour, and then the second hour was pretty much himself. But you know, he's getting there. He'll you know, in a few years. But then I watched this video, and I've never seen this. I can't remember this because there's that many multiple shootings in America. But there was this kid, and he were on YouTube, and he were all the time going, you know, I'm gonna. He was like a downer, right? On a downer. He had thousands of subscribers, but he ran a downer, and he's saying, I've got this plan. What I'm gonna, and so he says, he does all this fucking shit. He's making videos. You find a video on it. In fact, I'll try and post one in comment. No, not in comments because it'll get fucking deleted. I'll try and post it in the in the description afterwards. But really weird what he did. I mean, anybody who watches videos, it's clear what he's going to do. He's going to do something. He buys 2 shotguns. He starts shooting stuff. You know, with practicing his shooting with pump action shotguns. And then he says, I've got this plan, and I'm not going to be here anymore, and I'm going to be reborn as a ghost. I'm going to be a ghost of this fucking anime character. And I thought to myself, so this guy's into fucking anime anyway, which reminded me of Taylor. So he's like, right, I'm gonna. People think he's gonna kill himself, so he says I'm gonna do it June 7th, and 6 days before he does his last video, and then he does a video. First of all, what he does is he flips a coin. He says, if I do, if it's heads, I'm going to do it at home. If it's tails, I'm going to do it at work. And it were tails, so he's going to do it at work. Is this plan that he's got? And so he goes round where he works. He works in like a little supermarket, and he works on night shift. And he's took a video of prior of inside the, you know, the layout and everything. Then he goes to work on the 7th at night. First thing he does is he stacks pallets against all the fire exits so that nobody can get out. All of them, all around. It's quite a big building, so it must have took him some time. Then he puts pallets in front of the doors, the main doors. And because they're just stacking shelves and stuff, it's closed. You know, it's obviously that door's locked. So then he takes his fucking pump-action shotguns out and just starts shooting his co-workers. Kills 2, I think, and kills himself and lets one go. Lets one live. Don't fucking kill her. It's an interesting story, but I've never heard of it. Which it isn't unsurprising with the amount of multiple murders that go on in America. Yeah, Dean Yates says he watched it. Weird, weren't it, Dean? Really, really weird how you could watch it, how you could see him. It's a film about. It's a YouTube video. It's one of them videos that pops up, and it talks about you know, what it's why did he do it and all this, and it shows you a lot of his videos from before. It's really weird and eerie. We'll find it. Like I say, I'll put it in the description below after I've done. And I don't think I'll find it now because I'm on YouTube. Do they allow you to have 2 people doing it? Yeah. Anyway, what's up with sport? I've got a Megal here. See? That's me. Got my medal. That's a sporting medal for sporting achievements. So, and not para sporting achievement. Yes, it was when I was still in one piece. Well, I suppose I'm still in one piece. Just don't know what other piece is. It's probably not even exist anymore, or it's on some fucking medical student's fucking table being chopped up. Oh, look at this fucker, it's wank. Oh. That might be what the phantom pains are every time they chop something off it. You know, put it back in the fucking freezer. And then they come out and they go, oh, let's saw off the toes. And that's when I get toes. Something I will not be watching. It doesn't show you anything. It's not graphic. It doesn't show you anything of the shooting. It doesn't show you a video of it. It was just like a documentary where it were well made and pretty good. Pretty good. It's but it's strange what state people are in. They're in a weird state, aren't they? I mean, nothing's ever quite what it seems. You know, even with people, I feel like sometimes it might be holograms that are walking past the house. You know, but dog's barking at him, so he obviously sees him. But maybe he's an hologram, and he's like K9 off Doctor Who, only in holographic form, like Red Dwarf had one. That way, yeah. Perhaps that is. It's weird. Nothing is quite as it seems. Like this happened. I tell you, this happened. Right, went to a wedding, and there's a boozer, and right next to church. So everyone's in boozer having a quick pint before going to church. This is years ago. And I see a Michael Owen, not Michael Owen, a Wayne Rooney, Everton, signed Wayne Rooney Everton shirt on wall. And I said to the landlord, I said, I signed that. I did that. I did that signature. I did that signature. He says, no, you didn't. I said, I did. I said, you got it off a bloke called Green, didn't you? And his fucking face went pale as fuck because I knew he had paid a fucking fortune for it. And it was definitely one that I'd signed because I could do signatures, and someone got me to sign a few in different football things. I didn't like doing it, but I did like it when I saw one of mine. It's like seeing your art on wall. Oh, look at that on the wall. You know, you're an artist and you walk into a boozer, and on wall is like, you know, your picture next to Hey Wayne. That's it. They've got a couple of framed football shirts, and I said I signed that one, and I did. I did a few. I noticed because we were getting memorabilia from, this were years and years ago. I'm talking about 2003. So this is when 2002 even. But this is when the company I was working for and the bloke I was working with were into it all this sports memorabilia. Now, I'm not bothered about it, but, you know, he liked it, so we were getting it off this bloke called, well, I'm not going to say. Anyway, he were getting him from this bloke. And he were buying pictures, you know, pictures of David Beckham's England shirt. It's signed England shirt, signed by David Beckham, and yada, yada, yada. Anyway, one day we got 2 pictures of Michael Owen that were taken, that were from the 2001, you know, when beat Germany 5-1. And I noticed that the 2 signatures that were on were absolutely identical. I mean, identical. And so I said, I pointed this out. So my fucking, the bloke I was working with, he went fucking bananas. Anyway, he got loads of money back off this bloke. And he says, well, I said, anyway, this is, what do you need them for? Just get shirts. I'll fucking sign them. You can put them on wall. He says, well, you sign them. I said, yeah, give me a look at something and let me practice for a bit, and I'll a signature, and I'll be able to do it piece of piss. And so he kept fucking getting these England shirts, and I was fucking signing them. And then he decided that he was going to fucking start selling some. So he got onto it, Green as well. So they got me to sign a few, and then I said, I'm not doing any more, because they were trying to get me to do George Best, and I really didn't want to do George Best. George Best was still alive then, by the way. And George Best had just been paid £10,000 by a bloke who'd gone to him and offered him 10,000 quid to sign a bunch of stuff. So the bloke turned up with all this stuff that he wanted signing, and then they give him 10 grand, give George Best 10 grand, you know, which is, he probably needed money. In fact, he definitely needed money, which is a fucking, he needs money. But you know, if in this day and age, if you're a half decent central defender in Premier League, you're never going to need money again unless you fucking blow it, and that's going to be difficult. You know, the amount of fucking money they get. So, yeah, I Yeah, so nothing's as it seems. Nothing is as it seems. What do? What do we have to protect ourselves, and we can only do that. You can only protect yourself. You can't protect other people. You try to protect other people, they fucking just kick you in bollocks for it. They don't care. They've got to find out their sins, and they find out hard way. And that's when they get the fucking double vax and they're all right. Then they get the fucking booster, and then they're in hospital with fucking really chronic COVID, and then they've got pneumonia, and they decide, well, okay, we'll put him on a pathway, Liverpool Care pathway, which was supposed to have been fucking got rid of years ago. But these care pathways, they're doing them now. What sort of pathway you're on? I mean, I went to see a hand specialist, and she said, "I've read your notes. I've read, what pathway you're on," and I thought, "Ooh, that didn't sound fucking good." What do you mean, what pathway I'm on? I'm on any fucking pathway. In fact, I'm fucking in my own seat on my own rubber. Yeah. Great little thing. Great little meme going around. Philip Schofield and Lewis Hamilton together, and the caption says they both got skid marks on their helmets this weekend. Oh dear, they were. Oh God, that were. Yeah. See, nothing's as it seems. Philip Schofield. If you'd have looked at him, you'd not known him, you'd have said, yeah, okay, he might be gay. He could be, he might not be. He might be one of them effeminate blokes that has a bird. And he did. And then your first instinct is right. You find out that your first instinct is right. And what they're doing is they're getting us to not trust our instincts. Our instincts are saying to us, look, if this is not working, your instinct, if this vaccine isn't working for me and I've got COVID, then why do I want to put that into somebody else? You understand what I mean? Yeah. Naturally, you don't want a needle. Nobody wants to have a needle, do they? Nobody really wants to have one, but they'll take it because they're going against their instincts. Their instincts say, don't, should be screaming, what is this? How is it be so quickly done? Aren't they supposed to be tested for years and years and years? Yeah, I keep quiet, let everyone make their own mistakes now. That's ultimate freedom at the end of the day. That's true. I mean, all I feel, I'm just glad that myself and my wife, we're not, we're not joining in with the mental illness. It's mental illness. It's been going on for, you could probably go through all mental illnesses and then give examples of how socially, like paranoia. Let's take it back to, again, Tony Blair's time. And remember, after Operation O, they needed to do something. And so they had this old paedophile hysteria that Brass Eye did a thing on, if you remember, and got some celebrities, including the great the great Gary Lineker, to say there were a picture, and he said it were all like grass, and in the middle there were a little kid with a blue coat on. Right. Cheers, Dean. And he got this picture, and he's saying, if a paedophile, if they saw this picture, would run at the picture in order to try and get the child. It's clear. You know, he's just been told to do that for money, and he just does it. They're unthinking. They don't think. We don't think either. We don't do their thinking for them. All they're thinking about is how much money I can get. All we're thinking about is how are we going to survive. That's what we're thinking about. Survival is what we're thinking about, while they're thinking about how much more money they can make, or even how much money they've lost. Bernard Manning and cake on Brass Eye. Okay. Dean Yates says, title of that YouTube video is YouTuber turned mass murderer, the insane case of Randy Stair. Yeah, it's pretty good. I enjoyed it anyway. I think I watched it on telly in the kitchen while I were cleaning up. Just hunted for it. Nice one, Dean. None of my family will be induced into this mass psychosis. There you go. Nice one, Spanish chicken. Both my parents have had it. I know they have. My daughter's not had it. She tells me. But then again, I only found out fucking last Saturday, that she smokes. Little cunt. Fucking hiding it from me. Danielle says, how come you don't know? Well, no fucker told me. And then she said, well, you were out back having a fag with you a couple of years ago. So, some people think it's cruel to eat animals because they're kept in captivity. People are kept in the same way and have no idea what's going on. So it's probably not cruel to animals. Yeah, I mean, that is what they're doing to us. We're going into cages. You've seen the places where they've been fucking blocked off, and what are they going to do with all that shit now? What are they going to do with it afterwards? Did not think, what am I going to do with this afterwards? This fucking panel that I've got in between this fucking seat, so that they can't like pass it sideways, but as they're all on table and talking to each other around glass, it's just a waste of time. It's just decorations. It's like fucking stars, decorations. Let's pretend we can go to the moon. Let's pretend we've got a space station in space. She shouldn't be smoking if she's pregnant. Oh, did you not know? No, I fucking didn't know she was pregnant. She better not be fucking pregnant. I hope she don't listen to me. We are also involved. We don't notice all the unprocessed pain that is getting in the way of our clear intentions. The only one we can fix is ourselves. That's it. Work on yourself. Work on yourself. That's all you can do. You can only do that. You can only do that. You want to improve, you can do it. I mean, come on, you've heard me over the last 5 years. Who would have said that I could have stopped drinking just like that? And I have, trust me. 10 weeks tomorrow. And I stopped like that. And I were getting up in the morning and having a drink. On a Tuesday, sometimes I didn't do a show because I got a hangover from the day. So I'd think to myself, oh, I'll have a drink in the morning, but I don't want to be too pissed for show. So then I'll leave it afternoon and then have a drink when I'm doing show. But I used to have an hangover from what I drunk in the morning. So I won't do show. So that's how much I was doing. That's what I was doing. And it's just fucking, who'd have thought it? You can change anything. All I need to do now And I know I can do. I know I can do anything apart from walk, cunts. But I will be able to soon because I'm going for some more leg stuff. End up month, so I might end up with my leg back on because all swelling's gone. So we're ready for a new fitting. So that'll be 27th, I think. So yeah, I might be able to. You can walk. You can do anything. You can do anything you want. I can disappear through the floor. I can. With my TARDIS. Sean Hamer, smoking is not as bad for you as Big Pharma would have you believe. True story. I suppose they've got a lot of interest in things, products to stop you smoking, patches, pills, that sort of thing. Purgative, heightened cognition, space station where people can go for months without washing. The bubbles in the swimming pool are a bit of a giveaway. Yeah. Grow your own Becky. You can buy golden vagina seeds. Golden vagina. Yeah, you can't. You just have to change yourself. You can do anything at all. Obviously not fucking. You get some silly cunt who'll go, well, why don't you fly then? Oh yeah, I'm gonna fucking fly on her. Fucking fly? How can I fly? I'm unvaccinated. You ain't let me on a plane. Ah, see, I can fly. You can do anything. You can achieve anything personally within yourself. Find out what it is that triggers you. If you got a trigger, find out what it is and then get rid of it. Deal with it. That's the way to do it. Get it from your fucking subconscious mind because it's always there. It's always going to be there and you're always going to get triggered while ever it's not dealt with. Find out what triggers you. Then you can find out what it is that is making you fucking what memory you need to or what experience or that you've got traumatic that's in your head that you can get it out, you can draw it out and you can deal with it there and then. Because remember, your subconscious mind is only there to protect your conscious mind. That's all that's it. It's got no sense of time. So if you've got 9/11, this is why 9/11, why they do all the fucking death ceremonies. The 20-year thing's a massive one. You've got 20 years embedded of trauma in your head of seeing this every year it triggers the initial trauma that you felt because your subconscious mind has no sense of time. So when they replay all that in your subconscious mind, that's as if it's happening right now, which is why you have to deal with it. If you don't deal with it, it's just going to keep getting triggering. It's like I get triggered by all sorts. I get triggered by all sorts, but I don't get triggered by anything important. I get triggered by just things that just make me, talk to television. Just sent you a Skype message, Raconteurs News. I don't have Skype anymore, Dean. I haven't got Skype. I might have to see if I've got it on the other one. All right, I'll see what I can do. Yeah, trauma triggers. So you see the planes going into the World Trade Center, anybody that lost anybody or anybody that was in it or anybody that was affected by it at the time, their subconscious mind thinks it's happening at that very moment and it's the same trauma as you felt at the time. Now, so you have to deal with it. what people think of as instinct is really their subscience. Interesting sentence there, John. Subscience is your instinct. What is it? What is your instinct? I know it's there. Everyone's got it. People follow it or they don't follow it. But for me, most of the time, if I've not followed my instinct, I've ended up on a sticky wicket. So I always follow my instincts. If something's crap, it's crap. You can put fucking polish a turd as much as you want. You put glitter on it, roll it in glitter. Don't matter. It's crap. It's crap. You need your instinct. If your instinct says it's crap, it's crap. Move on. If your instinct says he's someone you don't want in your life, get rid of him. It's easy. Completely easy. That which is within us is infinite and limitless. If we could just halt the choir chatter of worldly cacophony long enough to present it with, many of our troubles would melt away. You probably read it better than I say it. So there, what Sean Amer said. Right, I've got 2 messages. One on WhatsApp. Oh dear. When did that come? 2150. Oh no, that wasn't it. Yeah, I've got it. I've got. You've what? Right, is that you? So this then. Okay. Just what? I've just got this, and I thought it was Dean. But then I got a ping, and I thought that ping was from Dave Von Kleist, but it turns out it's Dean Yates. So this is what a message that I've just been sent. There you go. Fucking hell. We have identified that you are eligible to apply for a COVID pass. You can apply this here. Right, we'll not be clicking on that link, I don't think. Do you? Fucking COVID pass. What? COVID pass? See, I thought that were you. But this is you. Let me have a quick look. It's fake. Good. It just come. Dino at the top of Ben Nevis. Dean? Is it Dean? No, it's not, is it? Sunday 29th of August 2021. Top of Ben Nevis. You-ha. I'll have a look at that in a bit, mate. Yeah, brilliant. Thanks a lot for that. Gary. Dean. whoever. Can't remember who sent it. You can stick your fucking jab up your arses. Yeah, what the fuck? It's fate. Well, it is. It's going to be in it. Which I wouldn't have fucking clicked it anyway. There'd be no chance. I might ring it back actually, number, and see who it is. See who's sending it. The division in society, I feel, has provided me with a wonderful opportunity to be free again. Yeah. The National Howl Shipment Service. Sure, nice one. Thank you for making me laugh tonight. Thank you, Paula. Listen, if I made you laugh, then laughter's... Oh, I'm not going to say. I'm going to say the fucking best medicine. Laughter's the best medicine. But laughter is good. Makes you feel good, personally. And I laugh at myself all the time. Believe me, I laugh at myself all the time. Yeah. Plan B. Useless cunts aren't even trying. No passports. I think we've got through everything now. There's only a little alien in the middle of that. I don't know why. We don't remember doing it either. That's weird. Little aliens appeared. On my buke. Yeah. Well. Let's just have a quick look at what's making news at the moment, and then we'll bugger off out of here, I think. Hillbilly rockin', hillbilly roll, hillbilly bollocks in my soul. Little bit of moonshine, little bit of wheat, and then you can come on your feet. Boom, boom. What am I looking for? Oh. Hang on, sorry. Hillbilly rock and roll with me. Hillbilly rock and hillbilly roll. Hillbilly, what you fucking know? There we go. See what's on BBC. GB Sprinter, yeah, he's been banned. Chinese ambassador banned from UK Parliament. Row erupts after Zheng Zegwang is told he's not welcome, while sanctions against MPs are in place. Who fuck knows what that old bollocks is about. 3 dead as car hits building and catches fire. Fucking hell. I wonder if building's still standing. Coronavirus evening update. Plan A or Plan B, what could happen this winter? When will I get a booster jab? Question mark. Ooh, which children are being vaccinated and why? Vaccinating young children. How the UK, how can I get a flu jab? How can I get a flu jab? See? Fucking hell. There's just no, it's not even news apart from that one that where dead people in Notting Hill where they've fucking crashed into, obviously, crashed into a building and it's caught fire. And I wish those 3 people well on their onward journey. Love Island star got death threat from 13-year-old. This is fucking BBC. This is the BBC. COVID remains a risk, warns Boris Johnson. Will I need a booster? Question mark. Just fucking plan A or plan B, booster jabs. Life of 50 degrees. The toxic flares fueling climate change. China's COVID-fueled surfing boom. I've got COVID and I'm going to go surfing in China. The Taliban are back. Will Al-Qaeda follow? Of course they'll fucking follow. You're setting the mood. Set the mood. Let's set the mood. Everybody remembers. We've just had 20 years after 9/11. This is how these fuckers are. This is what they're like. Let's now it's 20 years. We've got Taliban back. Let's bring back Al-Qaeda as well. You know, and we'll make them invade countries. Be in countries that we need to invade, apart from fucking Afghanistan, because they're too hard. They're far too fucking rock hard to fuck with. So, you know, it took us 20 years to find that out. Fucking silly cunts. World now sees twice as many days over 50 degrees centigrade. Bullshit. I call bullshit. I call bullshit. I call bullshit. It'll be scientists say there are now, a report says, according to a report by the Institute for fucking over the British people, climate change now is going to mean we're going to have to tax you more. But we won't ban single-use plastics, which would have a huge effect on the environment, not fucking climate change, on the environment. There's far too much fucking plastic and shit in the sea. And it's all our plastic that when it goes for recycling, don't go for recycling. It ends up in fucking Malaysia or somewhere like that, in fucking water. Fucking bastards that run this place. Near-death experience that made me a top musician. I don't want to see that. Havana syndrome and the mystery of the microwaves. Havana syndrome and the mystery of the microwaves. That looks intriguing. Let's see what that says. Ooh, doctors, scientists, intelligence agents, and government officials have all been trying to find out what causes Havana syndrome, a mysterious illness that has struck American diplomats and spies. Some call it an act of war. Others wonder if it's some new and secret form of surveillance. And some people believe it could even be all in the mind. So who or what is responsible? Is anyone still fucking listening to this? Let me have a look. Yeah. It often started with the sound of, with a sound, one that people struggle to describe. Buzzing, grinding metal, piercing squeals. The best they could manage. One woman described a low hum and intense pressure in her skull. Another felt a pulse of... Are they fucking talking about these? This is on BBC, this. Fuck me, I've got to... I'll post it on Facebook afterwards, I think. Right, everybody. I will be back on Friday. 5G in your logos, yeah. What's this here? Proper call Jace. Yeah. Great Awakening is the biggest scam of all. Watch out, it gains steam and validity. Yes, quite true. And we're not deeply dippy here. We're just me, really. Nobody else will come on with me anyway. I don't ask anybody, to be honest. There's nobody I really want to talk to, apart from Dave Von Kleist, who I've messaged tonight. So hopefully he'll be on next week. I'll be back Friday. I'll do an After Dark. And I'd like to say, if you will, give me a thumbs up and also subscribe and hit that notification bell too. Yeah. Yeah. Do that. Then it'll tell you when I'm on. And you can come over and you can go, oh, it's the Jason Holmes Show. Thanks to everyone in chat room. ResiTuber says, thanks for the show, Jace. You're welcome. Be well. Thanks, chatter. And well, Stave, Chris Patrick, keep it real, Jason. Yeah, gotta do. Thanks for the show. Yeah, excellent. Okay, I'll be off. I'll see you on Friday. I love you all. I love you all. What's his name now? Who says, I love you all, and there's nothing you can do about it.